The second thing I wish for you in this new year is what I call self-direction. Self-direction. When you are able to find a path to be productive in an environment that is often looming with uncertainty, distraction, negative competition, constraints, sometimes absent authority and leadership in your sector, use your gifting to do more, even if you have less and less resources. If you are in a business, these aren't the good times, given the contraction of our economy in the last 2 years of shutdown, the continuous constant taxes with less incomes for many businesses, the need for skilled staff that is in short supply, disrupted supply and logistical chains that have pushed commodity prices like fertilizers high. For example, urea, for some of us, we have had to find a way to work. We used chicken litter last year, and we've lost some 50% almost of our output, but we will work. It is our morning, and we will keep on. So I want you to adopt system thinking, to see things from end to end, and find solutions for your community and country, regardless of what you're facing. We need all to get from you as an entrepreneur, if you're a business person, especially if you're young, we need your creativity. We know you can make it wherever God has placed you. I need you to avoid selfishness this year. Always think, will my happiness bring hurt or shame or ridicule to my community, and in the end undermine the greater good of my society? Always have that when you're making decisions. This is because we don't live alone. The universe is larger than us, but we can bring glory and honor to God and to humanity if we bring all our plans early in the year and seek direction, and we will then impact our universe. This wisest king we have read in the Bible, called Solomon, in his book of Proverbs in 16:9, he says, and I quote, "In their hearts humans plan their course, but the Lord establishes their steps." I wish the Lord to establish your steps when you bring this to him. The third and final request I make early in the year is that you should begin to develop your cultural capital. Cultural capital. Think of yourself in your area of calling as a filmmaker who writes a script about what he wants to communicate. He digs deep inside and researches so much to bring to your screen what holds you and often can impact you for many years to come. This is why Americans and their Hollywood have had a culture grab of young people over time in our world. Now you know you are on the screen too, and people are watching, and you can impact them with your actions, with your thoughts, with your plans, whether young or old. Now, Karl Marx introduced to us the idea of economic capital, and he said out of it, the entire society changes and moves, and social classes emerge from old ones. But I speak to you of cultural capital because I know it also shapes morals, ethics, and often gives the context and direction of where society is going when a few leaders act wisely and build a capital for their country. Social capital, as well as other forms of capital. I call these national collective values by other means. Why would we, for example, have multiple road accidents killing our people in 1 week of our holidays, and there's no sense of revulsion and creating an act of parliament together as a people to penalize those who own means of transport, those who send people on the road, and strongly enforce the penalties? Why would we continue to sell food with chemicals, knowing it causes diseases to our own children and our country, and stops exports, yet there is no sense of urgency to penalize both the public officials who allow it and the private sector that closes one eye in order to gain short-term advantage? Why do we do that? Why would we tolerate an insulting youth generation, one that insults leaders, lying, creating fake news, and we just all keep quiet? It is because we are not yet serious about building this culture capital as individuals, as communities, so that we can give our country a collective sense of conscience. When a country has a collective conscience, it can act together against evil behavior. It is the French philosopher Pierre Bourdieu who popularized this concept of cultural capital. He said it comes from 3 sources. He called these sources: 1, objective, meaning you learn it from books and art. Second, embodied, meaning that you learn parts of this culture from language and manners you pick at home with your parents. And three, he said it comes from institutionalized settings, meaning educational credentials, the qualifications you get, that these create cultural capital. But listen to me, I have an Audrey Rwabugo theory of my own sources of this capital to share with you as I close. These are, in my opinion, the following. The first source is study and reflection. Study and reflection. We need to see more in our environment, with people, and think more about our actions, and understand that we are here for a short time, even if we live for 100 years. 100 years is nothing in the universe and in eternity. This should give us a sense of humility. Second one is having a teachable spirit. The idea that we want to appear to the world as if we know it all or have it all together is wrong. Sometimes admitting one's weaknesses and saying, I don't know, is part of leadership. We don't have to prove anything, and sometimes we need to be vulnerable, because vulnerability can often be a source of learning how to live higher than self and learn from others. The final and third one is the fear of God and having a sense of spirituality, not religion. Spirituality, not religion. Your spirit is higher than your religion, because your spirit forces cooperation, often where religion has brought divisions. Have a great weekend. Have a great day. Enjoy the start of 2023, and God bless you.
I'd like to hear from you. Please email us at info@tapmedia.com and visit our website at www.tapmedia.com. You can also visit our offices located at Tomosi Business Park, Luzira, Port Bell Road, or call 0414-220-702. Thank you.